Hello everyone, today I was reading on Reddit and I stumbled upon this post about the 4th anniversary patch review, and I think it summed it up pretty nicely, so I'm just going to go over it and share my thoughts on each point. And I'd like to get a conversation going on what you guys think in the comment section below. So first of all, I'd like to thank Ruka over here for posting this thread, as I found it very interesting and it was food for thought. So they summed it up into pros and cons and controversial things, as well as a couple things to take note of the anniversary event. So first of all, let's talk about the pros. So there were the shoe giveaway, the watch giveaway, the HyperX sweepstakes. All of these giveaways were very, very nice. However, they were limited to people in North America and Europe, and other players who were in the international community were excluded from it, but it's not that big of a deal. The one thing that I'd like to point out was the shoes. It would be so much better if they just had like a sample of the shoes to show everyone like what the shoe would look like, and actually wait till the winners were selected and then ask for their shoe size, because the shoe size was predetermined before the actual sweepstakes or before the actual giveaway. So you could have won the shoes, which were very, very nice, but you might not even be able to wear it because it was too big or too small, which was kind of weird. So for most giveaways, I'd expect them to wait until they actually select the winner, ask for their shoe size, and then make to order that shoe for their shoe size, which would make a lot more sense. So, you know, that was kind of just like a, okay, buddy, type of moment for me. Next point is we get the free anniversary costume in the store, which is very, very nice, of course. We also get the free anniversary registration pack, which was also very nice. Free stuff is always welcomed in this game. They changed the annual premium outfit from Double Take to Urban Legend. So this was much better because the Double Take was pretty ugly in my opinion, and Urban Legend was slightly better, but still nothing amazing. I really feel like for these annual subscriptions, they should make the outfit super custom, super amazing. Like, they shouldn't be taking stuff from the Taiwan server or the Korean server or the Japanese server. I feel like they should be asking Dante to make like some super sick NA exclusive outfit and just have that as the annual premium outfit. It should be an outfit that people want so badly that they're willing to spend the $100 and so for 1 year's worth of premium, and that would probably boost their sales by quite a bit, because people would be more than willing to swipe for the premium, but mainly because they want the outfit. A lot of people spend a lot of money on cosmetics on this game, so I really do think that they should take advantage of Dante, because Dante is such a talented artist. They should really, really get him to make something crazy, something super cool. Like the samurai outfit he made before, that was just, oh, that was so beautiful. Like something along that type of quality, but like triple it, like triple the hype level of that, and then throw it into the annual subscription for premium, and people will spend money for that for sure. Fixing the ultimate pet aura stats, this was a very nice change. I didn't even notice it until people on stream pointed it out. Then I was like, oh, okay, that was cool. They added untradeable gilded triangular gems into Moon Refuge. This is very nice. This was very, very nice for a lot of the free-to-play players to just get triangular gems. Sure, they're not home moon gems, but whatever. Just having gilded triangular gems, like being able to farm for them in Moon Refuge, will really help out a lot of new players to just get their gems, get that AP, and then, you know, just get that extra damage is definitely very good. Increase the solar energy from 4 to 6 per day. This is also a very good change. You can now salvage your heptas for 2 powders. Sort of like a band-aid solution. There still isn't a solid way to get gem powders for free-to-play players, which is really cucking the community, really cucking the market. And yeah, it definitely is a barrier, a time barrier, and a free-to-play barrier. It's kind of forcing you to swipe. And then another thing that they patched was using the demon skill, the leech skill. This should have been fixed like instantly. But it took some time, but at least they did it, right? Soul Fighter symbol mode, left mouse button now hits enemies. I don't know, I don't really play Soul Fighter, so I don't know much about that. And they added Home Moon Octas into the daily dash starting in January 29th. So this was very, very nice because they're Home Moon Octas, which allow you to upgrade them in the future. So those are the pros. I agree with everything he wrote over here, other than, you know, a couple things that I added in myself, like the shoe size, as well as, you know, the gem powder issue that we still have. These were the main 2 things that I had some conflict with or some issue with. So now we talk about the cons. So Obviously, we still have no information about Unreal Engine 4 for the Western market. You know, obviously we're all waiting to see the Eastern market. We're waiting for Korea to get it, which should be pretty soon. And then we're waiting for China to get it. Once these two regions get it, then we might slowly start hearing about some information about when the West will get it. Next one is the community uproar about unfixed bugs. There are so many bugs in this game, and there's so many problems with this game, especially performance issues, that really is holding this game back. If they could just fix the performance issues, I'm sure a lot more players would play the game. The ban wave of the innocent players due to the XML hackers, this was a very big deal. NC West trampled on everyone's trust when this happened, because innocent players who have done nothing wrong got banned, and they had to go through all these loopholes and contact support and all this crap just to get their accounts back. That's a surefire way to destroy trust. And you know, I really hope that NC West does something as like an apology, something to give back to the people who had to go through that crap, because it's not cool. It's not cool going through that crap at all. No antiques for square dyads, as well as no cost reduction for the lower tier gems, which definitely sucks, because as we get higher tier gems, usually the lower tier gems should get a cost reduction so people can catch up, people can keep up. Without having this, you're kind of separating the whale community with the free-to-play community even further, which does suck, so I do agree with that. This one pisses me off. Last minute matte change, increasing of the honing oil transmute with the 67% fail rate. This pissed me off quite a bit. Like, the original plan was perfect, right? It was like cost 5 moonstone crystals, 5 this, 5 that, and it was an RNG chance of success, right? That was perfectly fine because it was relatively inexpensive and whatever, right? Increasing the cost by 6 times and not increasing the success rate, that really ticked me off. Like, I tried making an oil today and it cost me like 180 of each material just to make this oil. So was it worth it? Probably not. I could buy the oil for cheaper on the market instead of wasting all those materials on this RNG craft. I do understand it is RNG, but the cost is simply not justified. If it was like a 50% success rate or even higher, then maybe sure, you can justify the increase of the cost rate, but in my opinion, I feel like this was a really big no-no. This was a big mistake. They did a last-minute change on removing honing oils from Friday dailies. This bothered me a little bit, but not that much. It was just like, okay, whatever. You know, they already pissed me off by increasing the materials needed to make the sacred vials. Like, that was already like, that pissed me off to no end. So when they said, oh, you're gonna get less honing oils, it's like, okay, I'm just not gonna make oils then, right? It's just like, whatever. BNS Buddy add-ons no longer worked. However, this was very quickly fixed by Endless, which is great. Next is they removed the option to get TOI tickets with the floor 20 tokens. This didn't bother me too much since I always use the Outlaw Island tokens. But, you know, I understand that some people are, you know, upset about it. They replaced most of the rewards from TOI/Trial Arena with bound versions. They did. This was a little bit question mark for me. The Trial Arena changes, like, I see the pros and cons on both sides. You do get a lot more moonstone crystals and a lot more bound on account materials now by doing the Trial Arena, which is definitely very nice. TOI as well as Trial Arena AI became a lot more difficult. They fixed that shortly after, so I was still in Thailand when that was happening, so I never experienced it. But when I came back and played, it was perfectly fine, relatively easy. Reputation charms from times 6 dailies reduced from 2 to 1. This is a big question mark as well. I don't know why they did it. It doesn't really do much. And then the next point over here, auto fishing randomly fails or stops. This is a big issue. People do auto fishing to get materials. They're willing to spend the 150 gold in order to buy the baits in order to get materials. However, they need to AFK to get the materials. And if they're AFK fishing and then they suddenly stop fishing, it kind of defeats the purpose of AFK fishing or auto fishing, right? If it's not automatic. So this is a very big deal. I heard that they're fixing it soon, so hopefully they fix it, because that is a very big deal. A lot of people just stop fishing altogether, because what's the point? You leave your computer on the entire night and then you realize that you didn't do any fishing because the guy fished for an hour, and then due to whatever they changed, you stop fishing for the next 9 hours. And you wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, I haven't done anything. I haven't gotten any materials, no nothing. and it's just a waste of time. So they really need to fix that. The next point is another thing that also ticked me off a little bit, is that the daily quest reset tokens will expire on February 19th. They didn't announce this anywhere. It was just a little fine text that just popped out of nowhere after the update. I was just like, wait, what? These expire? And it was just like, they should have said something about it. They really should have posted something about it in the patch notes or in an announcement or in somewhere. They needed a proper announcement for this. As for the last point, lied about the new Valentine costume. Some are already in the costume trader. I'm not sure about this. I don't know what the new Valentine costume is, so that I'll skip over that point. So next is the controversial topics, which is Hunter's Refuge. So Hunter's Refuge is quite a mess, to say the least. It has caused so many problems. Like, people are quitting the game, grieving each other, people are hating on each other, and this event single-handedly has just created like a super toxic community for Blade and Soul. Like Blade and Soul originally was a little bit toxic, yes. However, it wasn't toxic to this degree because PvP people stuck to themselves. They played their PvP, Battlegrounds people played Battlegrounds, PvE people played PvE, and everyone stayed among themselves. But this event made everyone clash against each other, and it was just a mess. Like, I don't do Hunter's Refuge simply because I don't want to be caught up in all this drama, all this politics, all this controversy. I'm just like, it's not worth it. Sure, you can make 1,000 gold, but in my opinion, I don't care about a gold. I would rather be drama-free, have my conscience clean, and have a good time when I play the game. It's not worth getting angry over this game, in my opinion. Like, 1,000 gold or my mental sanity. Mental sanity is much more important than 1,000 gold for me. And that's how I see it, so I just don't do it. But this event has really, really caused a lot of grievances, which is not very good for the community, to say the least. So, things to take note of. I really like this part. So, first of all, they said Hunter's Refuge Chaos was intended by the devs, and we can look forward to more in the future. And so, this is what the Korean devs said. I strongly recommend that NC West communicates with NCSoft and tells them, we can't have this event, or else you're just killing the community even faster. And they can simply use statistics to show this. You can use statistics of before the event, how many players were actually playing the game, and then during the event, how many players were playing the game, and then after the event, how many players are playing the game. And you'll see a very clear cycle. Before the event started, there was X amount of players. When the event started, at the very beginning, there was a spike. However, it very quickly plummeted as people realized that there was no point in doing this event because you couldn't get into the event and you couldn't even do it. So only the elite people or the very desperate people who really needed the gold or really needed the materials, only these two parties were doing this event. And everyone else was just like, fudge it. So you can use these numbers to convey the information that you want to convey to NCSoft and tell them that, hey, this is not a very good event. Look at the statistics, look at previous events, and look at the statistics on when those events happened. Player activity was much higher before. However, with this event, it was very, very low. You can use those statistics to show NCSoft that these type of events will not work in the West. Next up is the monetization cycle. So there's RNG boxes, special sale, treasure draw, trove, special sale, rinse and repeat. I don't see a problem with this. They gotta make money somehow. So whatever, let them do that. It's fine. And next up is RNG upgrades. They're adding PTSs into a lot more gear upgrades. They added the honing oil system, and they might add other things into more RNG upgrades. I feel like the honing oil system was a step in the right direction. They just really, really miscalculated the cost of making a sacred vial. Having it cost 30 of each material was way too high. They need to lower that significantly. Make it like 10 of each material with the same chance of making it, and a lot of people will be a lot more happier. As for adding PTSs into the gear, I don't really understand why they did it. Like, they took out PTSs, then they put in transformation stones to take out the RNG, and now they're putting in PTSs again to add more RNG. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's as if the developers themselves don't know what they want. They don't know whether they want guaranteed upgrades or if they want RNG upgrades. And it's just a huge mess there. So they really need to decide whether okay, we're going to go full RNG upgrades, but all the upgrade costs are going to be much cheaper, or they're going to go, okay, we're going to go full 100% upgrades, but the costs are going to be X amount. Like, they need to pick one side. They can't just go in the middle, right? Because being in the middle, it kind of screws everyone over, and no one's happy. So that's something that they need to decide. And then finally, overall patch impression, negative. I totally agree with this post over here. A lot of the points listed here are very accurate. And I feel like NCSoft should be informed of how the Western community feels about all these things. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree or disagree with any of the points that I said, or maybe I missed out something that you guys want me to talk about. Let me know in the comment section, and then we'll talk about it. Anyway, that's it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals that boosts the